So imagine this. A recently retired lady named Sharon Blackwell gets a call from a number that looks similar to her daughter's. So she picks up, and it even sounds like her daughter. She's on the phone, she's crying, and she's saying that she's just been in a car accident with a pregnant woman. Obviously, in an event like this, her daughter would be extremely emotional. And she appeared to be very emotional on the call, sounded very real, sounded just like her daughter. Her daughter then passes the phone to what sounds like an attorney, and a man comes on the lines that says he's a lawyer, and he said that her daughter had been detained and needed $15,000 in cash for her bail. He tells her not to tell the bank where the money's coming from or what it's for, and just say that it's for something innocent. Okay? So Sharon goes and withdraws the cash from her bank, and she hands it to a courier as instructed by that attorney. The number then calls her again, basically claiming to be the pregnant woman who just lost her baby, and she's demanding another $30,000 in an attempt to avoid a lawsuit. So at this point, Sharon's thinking to herself, something's either off or I probably should include others in on this ordeal. So she contacts her grandson and a family friend, and they say, okay, let's call your actual daughter's phone number. So they call, and the daughter is at work. Nothing's wrong at all. She hadn't even been in an accident, and she's completely fine. The family didn't realize the voice they heard on the call that appeared to be their daughter earlier was AI generated. And so, obviously, at this point, Sharon's feeling extremely guilty. A lot of fear and humiliation's baking in as well. Because ultimately, what she fell for, what is now being called an AI voice cloning scam. AI voice cloning is a software that can copy someone's voice from a short recording and then make that voice say anything that the scammer would like to. Ultimately, this has been a string of events that people have been calling family emergency scams. Specifically, the FTC has categorized it as that. The way this scam works is a scammer will go and find your social media account and then go and find a loved one like a daughter, a close friend, or a relative. They'll use a TikTok, a Facebook video, or even a YouTube clip. They'll copy the audio from that clip, put it into one of these tools, and they'll recreate the person's voice. And they can actually change things like tone, accent, emotions. They can pitch it up, pitch it lower, and they'll create a crisis. So something like a car crash, a kidnapping, medical emergency. And what they found is the FTC's noted that they're particularly targeting older adults because they're more likely to act quickly out of love and fear, and also they have the finance to be able to send quickly. The main ways that you can crack down on these scam attempts is it's usually demanding some sort of urgent money, so a wire transfer, a gift card, or cryptocurrency. Keep in mind, most, if not all, of these examples can never be reversed. You can't reverse cash. Once you give it away, it's gone. Similar in this situation, how Sharon gave cash to a courier. Wire transfers, same deal. Gift cards, same deal. Cryptocurrency, same deal. Now I'll explain why this scam works so well. Okay, they use tactics that experts like to call emotional hijacking, where fear and love come into play and your emotions essentially take over. Okay, logic is thrown immediately out of the window. In this situation for Sharon, it actually makes sense as to why your emotions jump out of the window. Your brain immediately will switch into emergency mode and critical thinking will shut down. You're just thinking, what's the easiest, quickest way to get someone out of the situation? Not only that, they pulled in another expert. So you'll notice this in a lot of these scams that are coming out right now using this AI voice cloning. They'll pull in an external expert. So for some people, it's been a fake attorney, a police officer, even a doctor, and they'll specifically give instructions that you shouldn't tell anyone and that you have to act right now. They feed on the urgency and the emotions. Well, in this situation, most people would trust a voice that sounds similar. Okay, if I call you from an unknown number and I'm a loved one of yours and you know what my voice sounds like, that's usually your first mode of authentication to prove that I am who I say I am. In the situation that you've been scammed in one of these cloning exercises or anything else, all what you should do first is contact your bank/card company immediately and explain to them that this was fraud and ask if any transfers can be reversed or frozen. Step 2 is you need to go to your local police, your sheriff's office, or the FTC's complaint site and actually report that this is happening so that other people can be aware of situations like this. Step 3 would be to lock down your accounts. So change your passwords to your email and your bank app and turn on multi-factor authentication. All right. And then step 4 would be to tell family and friends what has happened and that they may be targeted by the same group.